Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well. What I have here is a Holley split intake, and the reason it's called a split intake is because it splits down the middle. You can take it apart, and as you can see, there, and then up underneath, it splits down the middle for easy porting. So you can get right into these runners very easily. Now most of the work that has to be done to this intake is right here in the plenum, and that's what I'm doing. This is a nitrous application. I'm actually cutting the runners back a little bit here. The dividers rather, that go to the runners, I'm angling them back some because it's going to have a nitrous plate. But if anybody's buying one of these intakes just to port, and you see this advertised and you say, wow, I can split that apart and get in this intake and do what I want with it. Well, guys, guess what? This is one of them deals where it splits apart for that purpose, but there's no material to do anything to this intake. It's just too thin. There's a few spots you might be able to modify, but for the most part, you're not going to do no heavy porting on this intake. Now, on a good note, the intake's pretty well designed. As far as back in the plenum here, it comes off but right straight back into the runners, how I like, and this is how I modify a lot of intakes. This is already done like that. So as far as being out of the box, if you want an intake that's a nice intake, it's fine. But if you think you're going to do a lot of porting on this intake, well, you're not going to. And I mean thin, fellas. I'm talking, I can't really put a thickness on it as far as 100% to tell you exactly how thick it is, because it varies in the runners and spots. But there's a few spots in there, fellas, that's just super thin where you can't do any work, and it's where you would probably do some of your work, like in the turns of the runners and things like that. So I just thought I'd give you guys a peek at this and run this by you, because if you see this intake advertised and think you're going to do a lot of porting to it, well, that's not going to happen. So this is just a Terry thought, basically. Some guys might be willing to cut this and modify it and do things like that, but as far as heavy porting, I don't see it. So I thought I'd show you this, fellas, and I hope this is helpful to somebody that may be considering getting this intake and didn't think about that. Because who would think an intake that splits down the middle, that you can port, has no metal to port? The casting's just too thin. So anyway, thanks for checking this out and taking time out of your day to watch this. I appreciate it. And have a good day, and God bless you.